My name's Dave, DaveInTheMorning.com. How are you today? Hey, it's Friday, July 16th, 2010. It's good to be back. I have been in school, haven't been able to tape. My apologies to all of you. The world hasn't stopped. I'm trying to learn other things to make my life better, my family's life better, everybody's life better. Trying to make more money for myself. So I've had to retool. I'm retooling as the economy moves forward into the 21st century. 47 years old and I'm learning something new. Woo! I don't have a lot of time, so I haven't been able to tape. My apologies. I read a book recently, The Forever Wars by Dexter Filkins. It's a good book. Good book, Dexter Filkins. Hello. Dexter Filkins, writer for the New York Times. Well, I know some of you don't like the New York Times, but I got to tell you, they got the best writers. They do. Dexter Filkins did a good job with this book. We'll talk about it in a little bit. Big news this week, the well is capped. It's not leaking anymore. Thumbs up, BP. Thumbs up. 87 days to get it to stop spewing oil, destroying the ecosystem. You did. You destroyed the ecosystem, but the well's capped now. Good on you. Now, President Obama, I'm asking you to fire the Secretary of Interior. He didn't do a very good job with this. He works for you. Fire him. Fire him now. His head needs to roll. If you don't fire him for this, what on earth would you fire him for? I mean, really. Really. Senate passed financial reform yesterday and Thursday. Again, another big deal. Maybe I haven't read the bill. The Republicans, we will repeal this law. And they always talk about the pages. Like, this is 2,300 pages long. Like, if I write just one page, it's a good law. But if I write 2,300 pages, it's bad. Which is really weird because most Republicans want to consume everything. So you think they want to read it. I mean, they want to consume everything, eat lots of food, you know. I was listening to the radio. They're talking about multiple shower heads. Hey, most Americans have lots of shower heads so we can turn the water on and waste it. Let's waste all the resources of the world. So 2,300 pages should fit right up the Republican alley. You should want to read every page. But for whatever reason they think, because I don't think a lot of them can read, or it's very painful for them to read, they don't. So short bills are good bills, long bills are bad bills. We'll repeal this bill. I know, let's go back to the way it was before and just whatever, because they did such a good job with the economy the past 8 years when they were in charge. It rocked. Good job. Hey, way to go. Way to go. The Ground Zero Mosque is a big deal for New York. People on the radio, right wing, are making a big deal out of it too. It's come to national attention that this group of people who have lived in Lower Manhattan and had mosques and stuff there for years now want to buy a building that's near Ground Zero and turn it into kind of a community center, Islam thingy. I'm going to break tradition. The center left with the center left, and I'm going to go ahead and say right now, a mosque in that site is a bad idea. Don't build the mosque. Community center, whatever you want to call it. And I don't know jack about the imam who's running this thing, and I don't know jack about the Muslims who worship there. Don't care. You can be the nicest people in the world. You're very well intended. New York, you know, open. We allow everybody in. We're very, you know, open. Tolerant is the word I was looking for. Very tolerant of other peoples and ideas. Melting pot. I get it. All well-intentioned. Don't care. A mosque in that site will be used by the people who dislike us around the world. Political Islam, I'm going to call them, as a recruiting tool to find people to do us harm. It's a bad idea. Maybe if no one knew about it, it would have been okay, but people know about it. I promise, they will use it as a recruiting tool to blow up other things. So no, I don't want the mosque built there. And I think the people are on the right who scream no about everything, are very intolerant about everything, have it right this time. Further that, I'm going to say something here that might offend some of my fundamental Christian buddies, or fundamental Jewish buddies, or fundamental Muslim buddies. Political religion groups, and I said that right, have no place left in the United States of America. None. You have political Islam that bring Sharia law to the West. In European countries where there are Muslims, a larger percentage than we have in the United States right now, they want Sharia law to apply to them, to supersede, if you will, the civil law that's already been put in place. No. Political religious organizations are bad. They're bad because they think that they have divine rights. I don't care if you're Christian or Jewish or Muslim or whatever. I don't care about your divine rights. That's your little divinity. It's your little thing. I don't care. I don't care about your little Mormon rights. I don't give a crap. Do not impose them on me. My secular laws work pretty well. And it doesn't matter if I'm Christian or Jewish or whatever. I still don't want it. I still don't want it. You shouldn't want it either. So when you go to your little churches, you go to your little synagogues, you go to your little mosque, or wherever you go to worship, and they start bringing up political stuff on how we should change things, be very weary. Weary. It should make you tired, but you should be on edge about it. It's time to separate church and state in the United States once and for all. A complete separation. There is absolutely no reason for a church to have a tax-exempt status anymore. There's no reason for a synagogue to have tax-exempt status, or a mosque, or whatever. If they do charities, those charities that are part of that organization should be tax-exempt, but that church should pay property taxes just like any other building. The church is not part of the state government. It's a freaking church. It's a freaking synagogue. It's a freaking mosque. They're not civil. It's a club, if you will. They're clubs. They're clubs. Churches, synagogues, mosques are clubs. And they shouldn't have political organizations tied to them. And they shouldn't be pushing their political agenda on the rest of us. Be very wary. The world's not 6,000 years old. Allah and Sharia law is not going to apply to us. I'm not going to put a hat on when I'm walking around. I don't want to do any of that. And you're not going to make me. This is a secular country, and let's make it sure that it stays a secular country. And ask your political people when they run for office what their religious views are and what they think that role of religion has in the United States. It's important. We need to stop sidestepping it. If someone's speaking in tongues or has on fancy underwear or doesn't want to work because it's Saturday or Sunday or Wednesday or whatever it is, really, do we want to elect them to office? Maybe, maybe not. But it's important we ask from now on. It's all interrelated. The Forever War by Dexter Filkins, he talks about Afghanistan and Iraq. He meets with the generals, with the leaders of Iraq, the leaders of Afghanistan, the troops, and the locals who work around him. It is very, very intriguing. You feel like you're in the battles. He was in the battles. People died all around him. Americans died. Iraqis died. Afghans died. War sucks. And he brings it back to life. Book I have. Dexter Filkins, The Forever War. I'm Dave, DaveInTheMorning.com. See you later.